Hey, you guys, we're back. Did you take any snack? I had. I've just had a snack. A glass of coffee and a tapioca. Guys, okay. Now we need to exercise a little bit more. I need everybody to go to page 22. Okay. Let's everybody open up your Meu Bernoulli on page 22 so we can exercise more on the quantitative adjectives and indefinite pronouns, okay? I'm gonna give you 3 minutes. Eu vou dar para vocês 3 minutos para vocês fazerem essa atividade na página 22. And then we're going to come back so we can discuss on and correct this activity, ok? Tia Cleisa, pode cortar a minha câmera, eles vão ter 3 minutos. Pode avisar aí no chat, porque tem alguns entrando ainda, né? Guys, you've got 3 minutes to do this first question on page 22, and then we're going to come back so we can correct and discuss on some, any, and no usages and situations and so on. Okay? 3 minutes, and then we come back to correct. Vamos lá. É isso mesmo, 3 minutes. Two minutes, you guys. 1 minute has already passed. Let's go. You've got 2 minutes. Page 22, question number 1. You've got to think, where would you put some, where would you put any, and where would you put no? In which situation we'd use all the 3 of them, okay? So in affirmative, question, negative, is it a positive structure but a negative meaning? Is it an offer, a request? Okay, let's take a look. 1 minute. You've got 1 minute still, okay? If you have any questions, please type it on the chat so we can correct and solve your doubts. Okay, you guys? This is a very important content in which we are supposed to focus on. Okay? Alguma coisa no chat? É tudo certo? Ok. Vamos lá, tia Cleisa, coloca aqui a minha imagem no cantinho. Let's go, guys. Let's correct. Okay, here we've got to choose between some, any, and no in a way that best fits the sentences, okay? So letter A, he'll buy. We already know that it's an affirmative sentence. He'll buy juice for his friend. So here would be some juice for his friend. It's affirmative, right? So he will buy some juice. Do we know the amount of juice he is going to buy? If it is one glass, a jar, a bottle? No. He'll buy some juice. Okay? That's all we know. I'm going to choose some better movies this time, I promise you. Again, as well as he'll buy, I'm going to choose this in the affirmative way. That's the reason why we choose some. Okay? We had no way of calling you up. We were on a distant form. We were on a distant form means that we don't have any signal, any internet signal, any telephone signal, so we had no way of calling you. Okay, so here we've got a positive structure but a negative meaning. We didn't have, if we were to put in a negative structure, we didn't have any way of calling you up. We didn't have any signal to call you up. Okay? D, I don't have any time to get it ready. I don't have, it's a negative sentence. It's a negative structure. That's the reason why we use any. Okay? Any person can do that. It's very easy. So since it is very easy, anyone could do that. Okay? It could be, there isn't a specific person. It is anyone on the world. Would you like some sugarcane juice? It tastes good. The person here is offering. Would you like some sugarcane juice? Nunca mais eu vi caldo de cana. Sugarcane. I didn't drink any beer. I'm not drunk. So I didn't drink any. Again, negative followed by any. Some people believed the world would come to an end in 2012. Okay? So here we've got an addition of some example. Okay, you guys? Now we're going to take a look at the second part of our first class, which is the phrasal verbs, okay? Phrasal verbs joining get. We know that get means something when it's alone, when it's by itself, but when it's combined to another verb, it means something else. For example, get along. Get means something, and get along means another one, which is se dar bem com alguém, right? I get along with her. I get along with my mother. I get along with my sister. Okay? So these phrasal verbs, we've already seen some throughout the year, and this time is get. So these phrasal verbs, both sentences, both verbs, when they are separately, when they work separately, they mean something, but when they are together, they mean another different thing. And then we have here get and 12 other complements, okay? These are some prepositions, a get and a preposition, okay, you guys? So get off, get in, get into, get on, get over, get through. Each of them has a specific meaning. Get across, get along, get away, get back, get by, get down. Each of them have specific meaning. How many of them do you already know? Quantos a gente tem aqui no chat, gente? 11 people. I want you to type it on the chat. Vocês vão contar juntando o get com uma preposition, and you are going to tell me how many you already know. Quantos vocês já sabem? Quantas phrasal verbs vocês já sabem aqui by using this get? 6, 7, 8, 9. Se vocês quiserem falar quais, feel free to do it. Okay? So how many phrasal verbs do you already know the meaning? For example, get in, get into, get along, get by. I've already talked about the meaning of get along. What do you have to tell me? Queria só uma média. I just like an average of the amount of phrasal verbs you already know for us to...
A Cecília e o Luca disseram 10.
10, okay. 10 out of 12, that's a good amount. That's a great amount, actually. 10 of them. Okay, this following exercise, which is on page 22 as well, is going to test if you already know. So you are going to take a look at the phrasal verb, and it's into a sentence. It's within a sentence. And on the right side of the screen, you can take a look at some words in Portuguese. So you are going to match the phrasal verbs to the meaning in Portuguese. Let's take a look at letter A. To get across. Let's take a look at to get across within a sentence. This is an issue that rarely gets across to the student. This is an issue that rarely gets across to the student. So, which of these meanings would match to get across? Ficar claro, bem entendido. So, this is an issue that gets across. Gets across in Portuguese means ficar claro ou bem entendido. You are going to do from letter B to letter N in 3 minutes again. I'm going to give you 3 minutes. And then we're going to come back again, guys, on page 22, okay? Na página 22. You've got this question on the phrasal verbs part. And then you are going to match the phrasal verbs to the meanings. I'm going to give you 3 minutes, and then when we come back, we can discuss on each one of them. Ok, guys? Tia Cleisa, pode fechar aqui minha tela, eles vão ter 3 minutos para fazer esse exercício, e aí a gente vai voltar para corrigir. Ok, guys? Let's go. If you have any question, please type it on the chat so we can discuss afterwards. Ok? Let's go. 3 minutes. Guys, take a look at the phrasal verbs and be very careful because they, for example, on, we have three different meanings to get on. It depends on the sentence, okay? So be careful, be tactful when it comes to matching because they may sound very alike to each other, okay? Guys, by the way, you've got 1 minute, okay? 2 minutes have already passed. And then you've got 1 minute so we can come back and work on the phrasal verbs. If you need more time, let us know, signal on the chat, okay? If you don't, signal on the chat too if you have finished, okay? So we can be aware of where you are of your pacing. Okay, you guys, let's go. Let's go, let's come back, Tia Cleisa. Me coloca aqui no cantinho. Guys, where is... Oh, just a minute. Okay, so we're going to discuss on each phrasal verb, okay? So the second one is to get along, which I have already talked about. To get along, William gets along very well with Jane. So William and Jane, they get along together. So the possible meaning would be entender-se. Eles se entendem, right? They get along to each other. Do we have anything? Okay, very good. That's okay. Vamos lá. We're going to do one by one. Gente, vamos fazer assim. Eu vou falando phrasal verb by phrasal verb e vocês me digam o meaning em português no chat. Pode ser? Vamos lá. To get away. Attention. To get away. The prisoners got away from the county jail yesterday. Guys, county is not the same as country, okay? Country, it means país, and county means condado, uma cidadezinha pequena, tá bom? So the prisoners got away from the county jail yesterday. With which of the possible meanings did you match? Eles estão dizendo alguma coisa? Yes, let's go.
Guilherme respondeu escapar.
To get away, escapar, very good. So the prisoners got away from the county jail yesterday. Very good, Guilherme. To get back. Attention, to get back. She managed to get her belongings back. So she managed, ela conseguiu. She managed to get her belongings back. So with which of the possible meanings would you match? So what do you have to tell me? What do you say? To get back, that's okay, I say. Reaver ou recuperar, okay? So she managed to get back her belongings, okay, you guys? To get by. My father can't get by on such a small salary. Oh my God. My father can't get by on such a small salary. It would be sustentar-se, okay? My father earns little money, and then he can't get by himself, okay? To get down. Don't get me down. Please don't do it. Don't get me down. To get down means deprimir. Okay, guys? Don't get me down. Não me deprima, right? To get off. To get off. Shayla can't get her books off. Her boots off. Shayla can't get her boots off. It means tirar, remover. I can't get my boots off. I can't get my shoes off. I can't get my flip-flops off. Okay? The second one of to get off, we've got two possibles of to get off. The second situation would be, get off from the bus, you haven't paid. Get off from the bus. It would be saia. sair, ok? Get off could be remover ou sair, tá bom? Now we've got 3 possible ways of to get on. Get on, the first sentence. Fortunately, our kids get on very well. So it would be relacionar-se. And this first get on, means very alike. Its meaning is very alike to get along. So they are maybe or mightly actually synonyms. They are interchangeable. Okay, so if we changed William gets on very well with Jane, it would be okay. And if we changed Shayla, fortunately, our kids get along very well. That's pretty okay. Okay, guys. The second possible to get on. Don't give up. You must get on. Believe you can do it. It means continuar. Okay, you guys. So you must get on. Life, it would be interchangeable with go on. Life must go on. A vida tem que continuar. Okay? So get on could have this meaning too. To get in or to get into. Get in or get into the car. Let's go. Your mother's worried. Get into the car. Get in the car. It means, oh, sorry, you guys. Eu pulei uma. So the last get on, it's too cold, you must get on your jacket. So get on is the same as put on, okay? Vestir. And what I was talking about, get in and get into the car, entrar. Get in the car, get into the car, okay? To get over it. Get over it. If you don't get rest, you won't get over your flu. Recuperar-se. Ou então, gente, when we are in a bad vibes, in a bad mood, and with a problem going through our minds, and then somebody says, get over it, Gabriel, come on. Get over it. Sai dessa, se recupera, right? To get through, I have homework to get through today. Terminar. So get through would mean terminar. If you have any doubts on the get phrasal verb, you can come back after the class finishes. You can come back to this part, print, and then correct. Okay, you guys? So, Tia Cleisa, vamos lá para o outro PowerPoint do ENEM Connection. Guys, ok. A segunda parte da nossa aula, the second part of our class, would be determined for our ENEM Connection and practice exercise, if I'm not mistaken. So I decided to bring we are not going to do all of them. We're not going to take all of the exercises now because of the time, right? The exercises we don't take, the exercises we don't finish, you finish at home. Okay, you guys? So, and I want to take both of them so we can establish the differences between the types of exercises we are going to take. Okay? So, let's take a look at question number 1. O texto para a questão número 1. We've got a woman, a cartoon. She's laid down and she's saying, I'm going to get closer because I can't see from where I am. Okay, so I just want someone to love and accept me for who I pretend to be on the internet. Okay, so I want someone to love and accept me from who I pretend to be. It's not from who I actually am. It's from who I pretend to be on the internet. And it's a very sticky criticism, right? This is a very sticky criticism since it's saying that we do not behave real when we are in the social media. It's very interesting. So, number 1. Vocês vão me dizer a resposta, tá bom? A letra da resposta. Number 1, the woman regrets that people accept only her internet identity, presents herself in an unreal way on the internet, discovered that her date is catfishing on the internet. Catfishing, gente, it's like stalkear, and at the same time, people lie, people create fakes, okay? So if catfishing means I am someone on real life and I am another person on the social media life, okay? Letter D, wishes to be like someone she met on the internet or fell in love with a fake internet profile. Eles estão dizendo alguma coisa? Alguma resposta? Let's go.
Yasmin disse letra B.
Letter B, presents herself in an unreal way on the internet. And that's the right answer. That's it. So, I want someone to fall in love with who I pretend to be on the internet. That's very good. That's a very good cartoon. I'm impressed with the sagacity, you know, the point of humor. It's very interesting. Okay, let's go to number 2. Language and identity. Language and identity are two expressions that need to be explained. English is the official language in several countries. Chinese is the language spoken by Chinese people, and Danish is how Danes speak. But languages could also be described as different ways or talking due to social background, education, profession, age, and sex. A person's language is connected to his social situation. People speak differently also because they belong to different social worlds. Identity can signify the very special characteristic of a person, something that makes him differ from others. So here the text is talking about language and identity. Language depends on where the people are, where geographically people are. And identity has more factors that influences on the build of this content, of this turn, okay? So, number 2, analisando os aspectos estruturais do texto, now we're going to analyze the structural aspects from the test. Letter A, a expressão people speak differently, a palavra differently refere-se diretamente ao termo people. Será, gente? Differently is an adverb. Adverbs refer to nouns or to verbs. Letter B, na sentença, a person's language is connected to his social situation, os termos em maiúsculo indicam posse. A person's language, does that indicate possession? Interesting. Letter D, na sentença, English is the official language in several countries. O termo several pode ser substituído por different, sem alterar o sentido. So it would be, English is the official language in different countries. Teria o mesmo termo, several countries and different countries? Let's take a look. Letter D, a sentença Chinese is the language spoken by Chinese people. Pode ser assim expressa. Chinese people used to speak the Chinese English. Are they interchangeable? A gente tem alguma resposta? No. This one is it's a very complex question. We've gotta be very careful to affirm one of them. And I want you to tell me a letter. Tell me a letter, simply. We've got?
Yasmin e a Cecília disseram item B.
Letter B, and they are right. Very good. O item B está certo porque why is letter B is correct? Na sentença, a person's language is connected to his social situation. Os termos em maiúsculo, quais são? Persons and his. They indicate possession. Very good. Por que que a letra A está errada, gente? In the expression people speak differently, a palavra differently refere-se diretamente ao termo people. Because differently is an adverb. An adverb refers to the verb, not to the noun. Adjectives refer to the noun. Okay? Letter C. Why is letter C wrong? Na sentença English is the official language in several countries, o termo several pode ser substituído por different. Então, they would be interchangeable. They would have the same meaning. No, they wouldn't have the same meaning. Why? English is the official language in several countries. We are talking about the amount of things. There are many countries. If I exchange it to different, I don't express the amount of things. I don't express the quantity, the amount of countries that English is the official language. Okay? That's the reason why it's wrong. And letter D, Chinese is the language spoken by Chinese people, and Chinese people used to speak the Chinese language. They mean completely different. The second one, Chinese people used to speak the Chinese language, means that Chinese people nowadays don't use the Chinese language anymore. They used to use it in the past, but nowadays they don't do it anymore. And that's why it's wrong. Okay? Let's go to number 3. Assinale a alternativa correta. You've got to choose the correct affirmative. Okay? Ben and Bill are brothers. Do you know Ben and Bill's parents? Ben's and Bill parents? Ben's and Bill's parents? Ben and Bill parents? And Ben and Bill parents. We've already studied possession, possessive pronouns. Which one is a shared possession? Is a shared possession, okay, you guys? They are brothers, so they have the same parents. Which of the sentences would you choose? Vamos ver se vocês prestaram atenção na aula passada. Because we've talked about it. No answer? We've got an answer? Letter?
Cecília disse letra A.
Okay, letter A, very good. Why? Because Ben and Bill, they have the same parents. They have a shared possession. So the apostrophe S comes only at the last name. Okay, Ben and Bill's parents. Very good, you guys. Great job. Great job, Cecília. Vamos lá para number 5. Como se diz em inglês, a sala de estudo das garotas fica bem ao lado da dos rapazes? How do we translate it to English? Let's take a look at letter A. The girls' study hall is right next to the boys'. The boys', actually. B. The girls' study hall is right next to the boys'. C. The girls' study hall is right next to the boys'. The girls' study hall is right next to the boys', and the girls' study hall is right next to the boys'. Let's take a look. Which of the 5 letters would you choose to translate a sala de estudo das garotas fica bem ao lado da dos rapazes? What do you tell me? Let's go, you guys. Which of the letters?
Yasmin disse letra B.
Letter B, and she's right. Very good. The girls, attention, girls and boys, they are in the plural, as well as in the example, garotas e garotos. We saw that after plural nouns, we use only the apostrophe. We don't put any S at the end, okay? So the girls' study hall is right next to the boys, okay? Let's go to number 6. Laughter, is there a number 6? Yes. Laughter is an uncountable noun. So laughter means risada, okay? Laughter is an uncountable noun. Mark the following sentence that shows the correct usage of countable nouns. I've already shown you. My mother is in very good health. Why is letter A wrong? Bread. Bread is uncountable e não aceita o artigo A. John has fewer money. Few, we don't use few com money because money is uncountable. So we would use little, okay? Can you give me an advice? Advice is uncountable too. So we wouldn't use an indefinite article. Seria, can you give me a piece of advice, or can you give me some advice? I need some informations. Information is an uncountable noun, so then it doesn't come into the plural form. Okay, you guys? Nessas próximas, gente, the following questions from number 7 to number 16, if I'm not mistaken, yes. From number 7 to number 16, you do it at home. Vocês fazem em casa, tá bom? E aí depois o teacher, and then I can share the answers for you. Okay? Now we're going to page 26. Everybody on page 26. And then we're going to do question by question. Essa primeira eu vou dar 2 minutos para vocês fazerem e depois eu volto. And then we come back so we can correct, okay? And then connection is a very important part since we are exercising getting prepared to take ENEM. So this part is very important for you to take by yourselves, and then we correct so we can discuss on our potential doubts. Ok, you guys? Chicleza, pode me tirar da tela. Que eles vão fazer in 2 minutes this first question. Let's go, let's go. One minute, you guys. Let's go. Just reminding you, if you have any doubts, please type it on the chat so we can work on your doubts, okay, on your questions. Let's go. Okay, let's go. Tia Cleisa, pode me colocar aqui no cantinho. Guys, we're going to read the text together, okay? It talks about, the title of the text is British Government to Recruit Teens as Next Generation of Spies. Okay, so we already know that the British government is recruiting people, these people are teenagers, to be the next generation of spies. They are going to spy something. Let's take a look. In the 50 years since the first James Bond movie created a lasting impression of a British secret agent, a completely different character is about to emerge. Britain's intelligence agencies are to recruit their next generation of cyber spies by harnessing the talents of the Xbox generation. So they call Xbox generation these teens that will do cyber spies, okay? And this is a different character from the James Bond, because James Bond is an old man, not an old man, but a middle-aged man, and he's an adult already, and he's a spy, but he does it personally, okay? In an expansion of a pilot program, Foreign Secretary William Hague announced Thursday that up to 118-year-olds will be given the chance to train for a career in Britain's secret services. The move to recruit school leavers marks a break with the past, when agencies mainly drew their staff from among university graduates. So before, they used to recruit university leavers. Now they are recruiting school leavers. Young people are the key of the country's future success, just as they were during the war. Hogg says, today we are not at a war, but I see evidence every day of deliberate, organized attacks against intellectual property and government networks in the United Kingdom. Oh my God, they are kind of worried, they're kind of concerned. Young people are the key of the country's future success. I've already read this, right? Yes. The new recruitment program, called the Single Intelligence Account Apprenticeship Scheme, will enable students with suitable qualifications in science, technology, or engineering to spend 2 years learning about communications, security, and engineering through formal education, technical training, and work placements. We can see, guys, that it's all strategized already, right? They have the strategy built. So teenagers can come to this recruitment, and they're going to spend some years by learning formal education, communication, security, and so on. Segundo informações veiculadas pela NBC News, a geração digital já tem seu espaço conquistado nas agências britânicas de inteligência. O governo britânico decidiu que enfrentará a guerra vigente e deliberada contra a propriedade intelectual no Reino Unido. Is it? Abandonará a política de contratação de universitários como agentes secretos, abandonará totally the university leavers by the school leavers, recrutará jovens jogadores de Xbox como cyberespiões de agências de inteligência, implantará um esquema de capacitação de adolescentes para atuarem como agentes secretos, ou anunciará os nomes de jovens a serem contratados pela inteligência. What do you think? A, B, C or D? D or E? Eles estão falando alguma coisa? Let's go, you guys. Okay. We have an answer? Yes, we do.
Letra D.
Letter D. Implantará um esquema de capacitação de adolescentes para atuarem como agentes secretos. And you were right. Very good. They are going to implant a recruitment from teenagers. And these teenagers are called the Xbox generation, because they think that teenagers are the future of the country. And the future of the country, and the teenagers are the future of the country as they were in the war. But we are not living in a war nowadays. What we are going through is a deliberate, how do they say, an organized attack against the intellectual power. Okay, so that's the right answer. Letter D. Um esquema de capacitação de adolescentes. That's it. Guys, a gente tem we've got until question number 4, but our time is getting over. Okay? So, please take the practiced exercises, façam o resto dessas questões, and then if you have any doubts, I can share the right answers with you, okay? Have a great weekend. It was great to be with you. Please take this time for us to be together, and then we can discuss on your doubts, on your questions, and so forth. Okay, you guys, have a great weekend. See you. Bye-bye.